welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. 10 minutes to go. It's a boiling summer day, and I'm standing out in the sun, staring down at my watch as I wait for a visitor. To carry out my plan, I'm going to need cooperation from a number of concerned parties. But even among them, it's safe to say that the person I'm about to meet is the single most crucial piece of the puzzle. Five minutes. 3 minutes. Exactly 180 seconds before the arranged time, I hear a high-pitched engine approaching. Only moments later, a certain flashy sports car draws to a halt outside the gate, no less an eyesore than the first time I saw it. Precisely on time, huh? Just what you'd expect from a German.
お待たせ。
JB steps out of her car, carelessly brushing up a loose lock of that shaggy blonde hair she's so proud of. Sorry for dragging you all the way out here.
確かに、ユージの方から呼び出すなんて珍しいわね。もしかして、もう学生を辞めたくなった？
Actually, it's the opposite.
逆？
Yeah, I want to stay at this school, keep up the whole normal student thing, and to make that possible, there's something I absolutely have to do.
なんだか私、とても嫌な予感がしてきたんだけど。
That's JB for you. Can't count how many times that sharp nose for trouble has saved me.
ここで褒められても嬉しくないわね。で、本人が認めているからはっきり聞くけど、ユージがどうしてもやらなければいけないことっていうのはどんなことなの？
I was hoping you might ask. I've actually got a favor to ask of you.
頼み？
So that's the shape of it. Pretty simple, right? Sorry, too simple, huh? Must have been a bit of a letdown.
その逆よ！よりにもよってそんな、あなた一体何を考えているの？
After carefully considering all the relevant factors, I concluded this would be the single most effective approach.
すべてのことって、それがサチのためだってことはわかるけど、本当にそれだけのことをしなければいけない必要があるの？
Depends on her, but in all probability, yes. I don't think anything else is going to get it done. Otherwise, I think Sachi would have found the answer to my problem by now. And if I'm going to make this happen, I need your help, Julia.
だからといって、そんな話に私が協力すると思う？
Probably not. You've never been the sort to put aside the big picture for a smaller objective.
それなら、
Please listen to me, Julia. I've had enough regrets for one lifetime. I'm sick and tired of being a powerless bystander. It's not like I want to go around rescuing random people like some sort of superhero. But when there's someone suffering in front of me, and when that someone's a person I care about, I want to do everything I can to help them.
それがサチだと？
That's right. When I learned about her identity and her burden, I wanted to help her. That feeling was absolutely real, and it's only gotten stronger over time. And if I turn a blind eye to her problem now, I don't think I'm ever going to understand the meaning of the words Asako left me.
それがあなたの出した答えなのね。分かったわ。私もできる限りの協力はする。
You sure about that?
あなたがそこまで言うなら、きっとそれだけの覚悟があるんだろうし。ここに朝子がいたら、男が頭を下げてきたら、女は黙ってうなずくくらいの気概が必要だって言われそうだしね。
Sorry, I appreciate it.
ただし、いくら市ヶ谷に赤坂の後ろ盾があると言っても、融通を聞かせられる範囲は限られているわよ。
I'm aware, yes. Don't worry, I'm not planning to give Ichigaya any headaches, as long as you can get me the East Beach Express information and the soup. I'll figure out the rest on my own.
なんとかするって、あなたそっちの方の知識も持っていたの？
You haven't forgotten what sort of person my master was, have you?
そうだったわね。
Asako trusted you more than anyone else, you know. And the same goes for me now. In fact, you're the only person in the world I'd call family. What I'm trying to say is, I really am grateful, JB.
普段あれだけ可愛げないことを言う子からそんなことを言われるとなんだか調子が狂うわね。
My sincere apologies.
まあ養子に対する一つの親孝行とでも思っておくことにするわ。
Sure. Out of filial piety, I guess I'll refrain from pointing out the contrast between these cynical words and the visible wetness in the corner of her eyes. One last thing. I want you to get me 4 tickets for a helicopter ride.
ヘリクルージングってそんなもの何に使うの？
That part's a secret.
わかったわ。用途については聞かないけど、詳しい日時が決まったら連絡してちょうだい。こっちも準備が整い次第連絡するから。
Yeah, go ahead and draw the funds you're going to need out of my account.
それは構わないけど、さっきの話を聞いた限りだと、ユージのやろうとしていることを成功させるには確実にもう一人の協力者が必要なんじゃない？
That's right, I am.
じゃあその人とはもう話がついているの？
No, but that negotiation's next on my to-do list.
これからって一見綿密に練られた計画のように見えて肝心なところは体当たり。そういうところは朝子そっくりね。
Guess I'll just have to show you that isn't the only thing I picked up from my master.
ええ、期待しているわ。
As a bright-eyed, idealistic educator, I'm sure she's here at this hour. After seeing off JB, I arrive at the principal's office in search of my second most essential accomplice. Pardon me, coming in? As usual, I barge in without knocking. I catch a brief glimpse of Chizuru making a face into a small mirror before she jumps up out of her seat with a girlish little shriek. You'd think I'd walked in on some innocent maiden changing clothes.
年齢的にはまだ十分乙女の範囲です。多分。それから女性の部屋を訪ねるときはノックくらいするものでしょ。
Yeah, you're right, Chizuru. Sorry about that. Apparently, I seem to have picked a somewhat awkward moment to visit.
で、何しに来たの？まさか顔を見に来たってわけじゃないんでしょ？
Yeah, thought I'd take you out on a date today, Chizuru. Get your things.
あなたには小峰さんっていう彼女がいるじゃない。それなのに私とデートなんてしたら、そんなのダメよ。
Heck, are you getting all flustered about? It's a joke, obviously.
じゃあ本題は
Judging from the look in her eyes and the tone of her voice, it's probably best to stop screwing around now. Alright, I'll explain in detail, but basically, I want your cooperation with a little plan of mine.
私に協力してほしいこと？
That's right. So, as I'm sure you can imagine, I could really use your help as a standing member of the board of directors and as the prefectural governor's daughter. What's the matter? That time of the month really sneaks up on you, doesn't it?
違います。あなたがあまりに突拍子もないことを言うものだから驚きすぎて声が出なかっただけです。
Oh, I was being perfectly serious, though.
それはまあ風見くんのことだから話を面白おかしくしているわけじゃないとは思っていた。まさかそんなことを考えていたなんて。
Her heart's been frozen solid for a very long time now. Thawing it out is going to require some serious kinetic energy.
で、そのきっかけとなったのが休み明けに実施される学力テストだったわけね。
Right. It was a complete coincidence that Michiru asked Sachi to get rid of the test, but ultimately, we have a chance to settle things in one shot thanks to your timely assistance.
いい話って、私はあなたにそんなことをさせるためにテストの話を持っていったわけじゃないのよ。
Yes, I know. If we do carry out Michiru's request, you're probably going to be the one inconvenienced most severely.
そうよ。テストをなくそうとすることでどれだけの影響が出るかは未知数だし。
So, if you refuse to cooperate, Chizuru, I have no choice but to scrap this plan.
ずるい言い方ね。私がダメだって言えないのを知っているくせに。
How about this? I'll make you a promise in exchange. Sachi's going to be herself again. I'm going to make that happen.
その言葉信じていいのね。
Yeah.
わかりました。そういうことなら私も風見くんに協力させてもらいます。
Thanks, and sorry to drag you into this.
私のことはいいけれど、いくら私が学園長だからといってこの学園自体は私のものじゃない。それは分かっているわよね。
Even so, I know you'll find a way to do what needs to be done.
そう言ってハルデラさんも籠絡したのかしら。
Oh, how do you know I brought JB in already?
私があなただったら間違いなくハルデラさんの力を借りているもの。
I see. Persuasive reasoning?
でも年下の男の子にこうも翻弄されていると、年上女性の威厳も型なしね。
Not to worry. It's not like you had much to lose in the first place, what with that baby face of yours.
風見くん。
Don't get all huffy. There are plenty of ladies out there who kill to be mocked for their youthful appearance.
まったく、あなたのそういうところは誰に似たのかしら。
Interesting question. Guess that'd have to be a master.
風見くんの師匠というと草壁麻子さんのことね。
Right. Kusakabe Asuko, the woman I called master. She adopted me, a child breathing but in no other sense living, and patiently raised me into someone capable of working for Ichigaya. You could say I'm only standing here today thanks to her. That depth's inclined, something I won't ever be able to forget, even if I was inclined to try.
私は直接会ったことはないけれど、ハルデラさんからも話は聞いているわ。すごい人だったって。
That's a pretty decent summary. Even after all this time, with everything she taught me and a heck of a lot of independent study, I'm still 10 sizes too small to fill her shoes.
So.
Kusakabe Asuko was without a doubt the most extraordinary person I've ever known, but ironically enough, she was also the woman who helped me find something like normality.
それじゃあ話を戻すけれど、私はまず漫画を用意すればいいのね。
Kind of surprised you know a slang term like that?
ソフトウェア開発をしている友達が使っていて驚いたことがあるから。
I see. Anyway, yeah, once I have those, I'll get to work constructing a more specific plan.
分かったわ。明日には用意できると思うから、今日と同じくらいの時間に取りに来て。
Right. Also, I need a relatively sizable room without too much clutter.
そうね。それならグラウンド脇にある用具室を使っていいわよ。中はほとんど空だから。
Appreciate it. Sorry about all this.
分かっているとは思うけど、女性からもらったプレゼントのお返しは3倍返しが基本よ。
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. When I arrive at the third floor of the dorm in search of Sachi, I find her crouched over a sizable pile of books, flipping pages with an expression of intense focus. Seems she's using the spare minutes waiting for the laundry to review a stack of reference materials. Not entirely cut out of character, but to be sure. But this is a dramatic change from the dreamy thoughtfulness that followed our return from the beach. And instead of losing herself in distracted reveries, she's immersed in practical research. And just as I'd expected, the composure has already vanished from her face. Proof that she's realized her previous method won't work for this request. The circumstances are very different. On the most fundamental level, the school buildings in question differ radically in scale and construction. After even a cursory comparison of those differences, it's simple enough to realize that the same trick is unlikely to work again. At this point, it comes down to whether or not she can find an entirely different approach, but right now, Sachi can't even sense my presence at her side. The law she's imposed on herself, her absolute need to be a good girl, has forced her into a state of such obsessive concentration that nothing else even registers. Of course, I expected something of the sort, but it's the first time I've seen Sachi this intensely serious. Her self-assured air of easy confidence has vanished without a trace. The request she's currently grappling with presents an presents an exceptionally thorny problem after all. On some level, Sachi seems to realize that she's fast approaching a moment of truth. In that case, the best thing I can do for the girl right now is allow her to simmer in her own desperation. Yeah. Even as she broods over getting rid of the test, Sachi's consistently maintaining her routine of cleaning my room and doing my laundry. I guess I should be happy as a boyfriend that she places such a high priority on taking care of me. But no matter how used she is to these sort of chores, it's obvious that keeping up the daily grind is going to be hard on her under the circumstances, and I can't allow myself to step in to help right now. It's a mixed feeling. As I'm mulling things over, my cell phone bleats shrilly in my pocket. Bleats. No need to bother looking at the screen. I know who this call's from. That you, JB?
Yuuji. Sachi no yousu wa dou?
Seems she hasn't figured out an effective plan yet, currently absorbed in brainstorming. So, what can I do for you?
そうそう。東浜電鉄グループに関してなんだけど、なかなか興味深いことが分かったわ。
Think we can use it?
確証を得るにはもう少し時間が必要だけど、おそらくは。
Good to hear.
詳細はメールで送るから、目を通しておいてちょうだい。
Roger.
それと、もう一つ頼まれていたものも、もうすぐ用意できそうなんだけど、ついでにスープに入れる野菜を育てるために必要なものも、こっちで手配させてもらったわ。
I was planning to take care of that myself, you know? I didn't want to push everything off on you.
一度手を貸すと決めたら手間は同じよ。実際マウスを操作する回数が少し増えるくらいの差なんだしね。
Alright, whatever you say. Thanks.
え、品物はもうすぐそっちに届くと思うから、受け取りよろしくね。
Right. And within an hour of that phone call, a truck bearing JB's gift makes its way through the school gates.
じゃあっす。富士見運送っすけど、あなたが受取人の 風見さんすか？
Yeah, I'm Kazami.
荷物結構な量があるんすけど、どうします？倉庫とかがあるんだったらそこまで運んじゃいましょうか。
That's fine. Just unload everything here and I'll take care of the rest.
了解っす。しゃした。
When all the goods are finally out of the truck, the delivery man leaves with a tearful frat boy style farewell. Guess I'd better get these inside before the others notice.
珍しくトラックが来たと思ったら、やっぱり犯人はお兄ちゃんだったのよ。ここ、私たちが行くまで一歩も動くんじゃないわよ。
Too late. Well, it might have been inevitable, given how rare it is to see a vehicle of any kind actually inside our campus. But it's not like I've got anything I can't let them see, so I guess it shouldn't really be a problem.
あんた、トラックなんか呼び込んで一体何を買ってってくさ何か面白いことをするつもりなら私も混ぜてほしいのよってくさ
Shoo! Get out of
そ
here!
れでこれは何に使うのかしら
A word of advice, Sakaki. Pinching your nose disdainfully while you speak isn't exactly going to help you win friends and influence people.
だってすごい匂いを放っているわよそれ
Of course it is. That's sort of how this stuff is.
これって農作物に使う肥料でしょ肥料食うの
No, I am not.
ならどうして肥料なんて
Our thoughtful principal noticed that Sachi has been looking busy lately, decided to compensate by roping me into a temporary position as a volunteer gardener. Figured I'd start off with the fundamentals and enrich the soil a bit.
だからってこんなに買い込んでどうするのよ
First part of the job is laying down some flower beds along the whole outer periphery of the athletic grounds. Somewhere down the line, I'm looking to spread the flower-filled exercise concept throughout Mishima Cave as a whole.
花いっぱい運動ね
Playing with dirt's good stuff, you know? Gardening's a pretty solid workout, and it's got a well-documented relaxing effect as well. Amane's not entirely buying this, is she? Sharp girl.
じゃあ何か手伝えることがあったら言ってよ私トラクターとかも運転できるから
What?
ん私何か変なこと言った
Not really, but motorcycles, trucks, and now tractors. Is there anything you can't drive?
まあね免許を持ってなくてもタイヤがついてる乗り物なら大体転がせるかな
I see.
私に花いっぱい運動は無理ねサボテン枯らしちゃうくらいだし私もどちらかといえば収穫されたものを食べる方が好きなのよそれなら作業が残ってるユージの邪魔にならないように私たちは部屋に戻りますかさっきスーパーでアイス買ってきたからみんなで食べようよ
私を誘うってことは当然抹茶味のアイスも用意してあるんでしょうね。マンダリンオレンジも。はいはい、抹茶もオレンジも買ってあるからおとなしく寮に戻ろうね。
Deftly wrapping up the conversation, the big sister of the group coaxes the two troubled children back into the dorm. Amane might not have bought my story, but I think she's got the general idea that I'm taking action for Sachi's sake. This is probably her way of being considerate. What's up? Don't you want to get some of that ice cream?
風見くんが私の質問に素直に答えてくれればアイスにも間に合うでしょうね。
What do you want to know?
実は小峰さんから風見くんが出した課題の内容について聞いたのだけれど、思ったより驚かないのね。
I know how much you people love sticking your nose into others' business. I was more or less expecting something of the sort.
それなら話が早いのだけれど、テストをなくすという依頼を達成することで風見くんの出した課題の答えも見つかると考えていいのかしら。
I wouldn't have gone out of my way to reopen old wounds if I thought otherwise.
そう。それなら定例会議はもう必要なさそうね。
Regular meetings?
ああ、ごめんなさい。こちらの話よ。
I guess this petty secrecy is her way of getting payback for the other day.
それじゃ土いじり頑張ってちょうだい。
In any case, it's nice that they're being relatively cooperative. In the pitch black hallway, the only sound is the echoing of my own footsteps. After waiting until my classmates were soundly asleep, I slipped my way out of the dorm to infiltrate the abandoned school building. With a recent construction like this, it's definitely going to take some time to get things ready. To be honest, without Chizuru's cooperation, I doubt I could have gotten anywhere, and even now, it won't be easy. That said, failure simply isn't an option. After pushing Sachi that hard, I darn well better give my part everything I've got. Getting close to 4 in the morning. Another hour, and we're getting dangerously close to Sachi or Amane waking up. Just to be on the safe side, I guess I'll call it a night. That room. From the school hallway, I noticed a single light still on in the dormitory, and when I quietly look inside a few minutes later, I find Sachi crouched intently over her desk. She must have been up all night working. Her normally neat desk is cluttered with books, magazines, paper, everything from documents concerning modern architectural techniques to yellowed old newspaper clippings. Probably because she confidently declared I should leave everything to her. Sachi's consciously trying not to show any sign of struggling. But in reality, she's practically at her wit's end. Precisely because of her own thoroughness and intelligence, the faults in every new plan must present themselves with frustrating speed. There are just no easy answers to this challenge. With a silent shout of encouragement, I ease the door shut and quietly leave Sachi's room behind.
この学園には幽霊がいるわ。
A pleasant morning, the first relatively cool day after what felt like weeks of brutal heatwave headlines in the newspapers. After gathering us in the dorm lobby, Michiru delivers this abrupt announcement.
緊急招集というからどれだけ重要な用事かと思えばくだらない。
強がってる割には足震えてっけどな。ねえみちる、夏もそろそろ終わりだし、そんな中でもみんなを盛り上げたいっていうあんたの芸人根性はわかるけどさ、怖い話で涼しくなるっていうには少し遅すぎない？全然違うわよ。っていうか芸人って言うな。本当にいるのよ幽霊が。じゃあ見たの？しかとこの目で。
Oh, this sounds like quite the intriguing tale. Alright then, how did you happen to meet this ghost of yours, Michiru?
あれはまだセミが熱中症になりかねない暑さが続いた日のことよ。私はその日、エアコンの設定温度を19度に設定したまま眠っちゃって体を温めるために中庭を散歩していたの。
暑さをしのぐためのエアコンなのに本末転倒の話ね。
そしたらすぐにまた暑くなってきて自分の部屋に戻ろうとしたのよ。ああそう。そしてちょうど学園長室のそばを通った時、突然ギュインギュインってチェーンソーを動かしてるような音が聞こえてきたのよ。もちろん最初は何かの聞き間違いだと思ったわ。でもその音は間隔を空けて何度も聞こえてくるのよ。そしてそんなギュインギュインがピタッと聞こえなくなったと思ったら明かりのついてない真っ暗な廊下をふっと黒い人影が横切ったの。ってことがあったのよ。
I see. The ghost Michiru encountered was definitely me, but her superstitious explanation of those events is pretty convenient.
なんだ、見たって言うから期待してたのにただの影じゃん。それはきっとチルチルが見た夢なのよ。レム睡眠中で覚醒していた脳が幻を見せただけなのよさ。はあ、あんたには夢ってもんがないわね。チルチルと違って現実見てるからな。それはどういう意味かな。
なるほど、話はだいたい理解したわ。
あれ、榊さんってこういう話苦手なのに意外な反応。
別に苦手というわけではないけれど、その幽霊はきっと無害ね。
無害ってなんでそんなことがわかるのよ。
そうね、言ってみればその幽霊とはちょっとした知り合いなのよ。
由美子、あんたあんまり友達いなさそうだと思ったらそっち方面のお友達はたくさんいたの？由美ちゃん、モテそうだもんな、お化けに。
少し誤解を招いてしまったみたいだけれど無害だというのは本当よ。ねえ、風見くん。
そこでユージ？
I don't even know. Because she's figured out its real identity. Yeah, I'm familiar with that spirit as well. From what the principal tells me, it's one of those friendly ghosts. Seems it won't cause us any trouble unless we go out of our way to provoke it.
そっか、ユージも言うんならきっと本当なのね。これで安心して眠れるわよ。よかったな、チルチル。これで夜サッチンにトイレについてきてもらわなくても大丈夫なのよさ。そんなことで呼ばないわよ。部屋にトイレついてるし。ってサッチで思い出したけど、あの子最近部屋にこもることが多くなってきたわよね。今日だって本当はサチにも聞いてほしかったのに、ユージが今はそっとしておいてやれって言うから。
Yeah, she's right in the middle of planning out how to get rid of that test for you. Needs some time to think.
それは分かってるけど、本当に大丈夫なの？これまでいろんなことをサチに頼んだけど、あの子がこんなに必死になったことなんてなかったわよ。そういえばそうなのよさ。サチンは何をやらせても涼しい顔でやっちゃうってのが
それだけ今回の依頼が難しい案件だということでしょ。
私も自分なりに方法を考えてみたけど、全然浮かばなかったしね。
Four gazes settle on me, silently requesting a comment from the person who volunteered to undertake Michiru's request. It's fine. Yeah, Sachi's definitely got some tunnel vision right now. But that's just because she's seriously concentrating on this request. It's not like she's completely oblivious to the world around her. That's right. She isn't missing any meals, and she still stops by my room every day.
まあ、一番一緒にいる彼氏がそう言うなら信じるけど、やっぱり心配は心配よね。
Not surprising. As the end of summer vacation approaches, Sachi's been spending more and more time to shut up in her room. Fortunately, the girl does seem to regard maintaining her physical health as one of her responsibilities. I'm pretty sure she's getting at least the minimum necessary nutrition and rest, but... Alright, since you're also concerned, I'll go check up on her in a little while.
そうね。そうしてもらえると安心できるかも。サッチンに何かあったらすぐに知らせてほしいのよ。
Right, got it. Well then, After cleaning the courtyard in Sachi's stead, I make my way over to her room, then pause outside the door. Nah, you don't need to check up on her. She's okay. Lately, Sachi hasn't been responding to knocks or even shouts from outside. It's becoming a matter of course to barge into her room first and say hello second. She can handle herself. I'm coming in. When I enter the room, I'm struck with a powerful sense of deja vu. It's like I'm watching a recording of yesterday, or the day before that. Even from behind, I can tell Sachi's glaring down at her desk with intense focus. Thick reference books and piles of paper lie in messy heaps across the surface. Seems like she's also been doing a little research on the computers in the school building itself, but for the last few days, the vast majority of her time has been spent working alone in her room. Oblivious to my approach, Sachi silently continues to move her eyes across the pages. Sachi? No reaction. Not that I'd been particularly hopeful. Hey, Sachi.
Yu-kun.
I finally succeed in catching Sachi's attention by shaking her shoulder as I speak. Letting her book fall closed, she calmly turns her chair to face me. All this is a standard part of the new normal, but today I seem to have caught Sachi somewhat off her guard. For a moment, I can see the deep exhaustion in her face. No, can't say as there is, but Michiru and the others are worried, so I promise to check up on you.
そうですか。私、皆さんにご心配を。
Well, your top priority at the moment is fulfilling Michiru's request. I guess you don't have much choice but to slightly neglect the rest for the time being.
そうですね。一度約束したことは絶対守らなければいけません。嘘をつくのは悪い子ですから。
Only bad girls tell lies. If Sachi truly believes that, there's a question I need to ask her at this point. Sachi, mind if I ask you something?
はい、何でしょう。
You told me I could leave this job to you. Is that still true?
はい、私一人で大丈夫です。
I avoided asking outright whether she's found a method to get rid of the test, hoping to lead her gently toward revealing the truth, but Sachi answers my question without a moment's hesitation. That effect?
はい、学力テストの日までには必ず依頼を達成してみせます。
As she speaks, Sachi intently returns my gaze. I've seen eyes like these before. There's none of Sachi's familiar spark of confidence, none of her composed determination. These are the eyes of a human being driven into a corner, knowing that all roads lie close to him, still unable to accept their approaching ruin, blindly clinging to an impossible vision of the future. Sachi's eyes are clouded with a narcotic haze of denial. Well, this removes all doubt.
何がはっきりしたんですか？
Nothing, just talking to myself.
そうですか。
A slightly disconcerted expression flashes across Sachi's face, but soon enough she's regained control of her features. In that case, I'll leave it in your hands, but if something comes up, say the word and I'll help anytime.
Hi, ゆうくんにそう言っていただけると心強いです。
After ruffling Sachi's hair for a moment, I quietly leave the room. If Sachi had admitted her dilemma and turned to me for help, events would probably have taken a complete 180 from their current course. And in doing so, I think the answer to my problem would soon have been revealed to her. But instead, Sachi brushed my offer aside and hid her struggle from me. Even to the point of lying, violating her own absolute standards for goodness. Unfortunately, it seems like my preparations won't have been in vain. Okay. Bye.